This is day 27 of my backpacking trip. Check out that view. So currently I am in the town of Twizel, and today's plan is to visit Mount Cook, which is New Zealand's largest mountain.
Mount Cook is in the Mount Cook National Park, which is around a 50-minute drive away from Twizel. So obviously I was in for another scenic drive through the New Zealand wilderness. The most popular hike within the national park is the Hooker Valley Track. However, it's mostly closed at the moment. More on that later. So I decided to go up the Sealy Tarns hike, which was a pretty short hike at 5 kilometers. However, it ascends around 500 meters in elevation. The hike started off fairly easily on these gravel paths. However, things quickly escalated when these steps started forming a part of the hike. About 2/3 of the total ascent was covered by these steps, so my knees got a thorough workout. There were some decent viewpoints along the route, but sadly, for the majority of the day, the top of Mount Cook was covered by cloud. But the view from the other side was pretty decent, and hopefully gives you an idea of how far I climbed. Eventually, after about 2 hours of walking, I made it to the top to be greeted by these views. It was pretty windy at the top, so I came back down fairly quickly to the car park. As I mentioned at the start of this vlog, about 80% of the Hooker Valley track is closed due to one of the bridges being unstable. However, you are able to hike the first kilometer or so, and with there being plenty of daylight left, I decided to walk up to the point where the path is shut before making my way back. It was then time for me to head back to my Airbnb for some much needed rest.